as well as external stakeholders from the perspective of the organization itself. When we say it is an internal stakeholders, it means that those people inside the organization, right? Be it technical and non-technical workers. And when we say about external stakeholders, they are the ones who are outside the organization. For instance, suppliers and customers. They are the stakeholders as to be considered outside of the organization, right? We also have seen some applications with regards to the ERP, enterprise resource planning. That is when an organization, ya, bila sesuatu organisasi tu menggunakan pakai ERP, it means to say that there is a big application being used in the organization, but they are sharing the same data storage. Okay, that is within the organization. And also an organization might be using supply chain management systems to reach out to their suppliers, right? And also customer relationship management systems to reach out to their customers. And we have seen the players for SCM, supply chain, as well as CRM, right? So today we will proceed with the system development approaches and methodologies. What it means by approach and methodologies, all right? So among the contents that will be discussed today, right? The overview and then SDLC. Basically, this is just some. It is not new to you. You have done this many times. Ya, ini yang macam review je lah. Ya, what it means by SDLC, and then support phase of the SDLC, because the support comes in. Yeah, support phase normally comes in after the system has been completed, and how support phase is embedded in the SDLC differs berbeza, ya. Kita tengok apa perbezaan dia nanti. Then what it means by methodologies, models, tools and techniques, as well as agile development. Agile development is the one that is we would say that it is state of the art, the current approach that is widely used in the organizations right now in developing systems. Okay. Right. So after completing this chapter, yeah, among the things that you need to understand, number one is to compare the underlying assumptions and uses of a predictive and adaptive systems development life cycle. We'll be discussing in major two approaches, the predictive and adaptive approach, how they differ and where they are being used, right? Then describe the key activities and tasks of IS support. Okay, so we have the SDLC and then support comes in. What are the key activities in supporting a system that has been developed, right? Next is to explain what comprises a system development methodology. That is the SDLC as well as models, tools and techniques. And also we will have a look at the key features of agile development. All right. Okay, in SDLC, yeah, in general, there are two approaches, right? That is called the predictive approach and adaptive approach. So for predictive approach, right? For predictive approach, it is also known as waterfall model, right? So why it is called waterfall? Because all the phases that has to be executed in waterfall model is in sequence, meaning to say that we will see what the phases are. Somehow the phases have to be completed. For instance, planning have to be completed before analysis can be done. And then analysis will have to be completed before design can be done. So it goes in sequence and there is no turning back. Meaning to say that once we are in one phase, for instance, once we are in the design phase, we cannot reverse to the previous phase, that is the analysis, right? It's a very straightforward kind of model whereby this is suitable to be used, yeah, when the project can be planned in advance and the information systems can be developed according to the plan. This is the suitable situation. And also, it is used when requirements are well understood and also have low technical risk. The system have low technical risk. Okay. What does it mean by having a system with low technical risk? Can you give me an example? Okay, kalau tak boleh nak describe low technical risk, what is a system with high technical risk? Contoh dia.
I start.
Anyone?
Anything yang ada transaction.
Anything yang ada
Data loss.
transactions?
Data loss.
Data loss, alright. Okay, good. Data loss and yang lagi orang kata high risk ialah bila melibatkan nyawa. Okay? Human punya nyawa lah. For instance, a system that is used to do operation on human beings. Kan? Kalau salah akan
Mati.
menyebabkan kehilangan nyawa. So that is considered to be a high risk system. Because system ni kan macam you know that when cancer patients are being treated with radiotherapy, okay, so that radiologists will have to actually identify the spot, ya, dekat mana dia nak tembak kawasan kanser tu, and yeah, definitely you have to do some calculations with physics calculation and so on, and the intensity of the radio tu yang nak dipancarkan, ya. So katakanlah okay, radiologist dah buat pengiraan dengan tepat, tapi sistem yang control, ya, ada fault. Ya, bila ada fault dekat situ akan membahayakan penerima radioterapis tu kan. Itu adalah considered to be a high risk system. Ataupun sistem yang for instance yang apa ni, yang terlibat dalam peperangan ke, kan, yang dia letak dekat dalam kapal terbang, kapal perang or whatever. So those are considered to be a high risk system. The information systems that we are normally using, for instance, taklah nak kata high risk sangat. Bukanlah kata tak ada risk langsung. It is. But it is not as risky, ya, as compared to the systems yang involved dengan nyawa manusia. Itu memang very high risk. So, when we talk about approach in developing the system, yeah, so the waterfall model again, yeah, this is suitable, yeah, to be used for systems with low technical risk, right? As compared to adaptive approach. For adaptive approach, it is what we call as iterative model. What does it mean by iterative model? Iterative ni apa? Apa maksud iterative? Loop, repeating.
Berulang.
Yeah, repeating. Yeah. So the phases are being repeated. That is iterative model. Okay. And assumes the project must be more flexible and adapt to change needs as the project progresses. Why? Because this is the reality in development. There is no such thing as, okay, hari ni ambil requirements, minggu depan dah start dengan design, dan you tak boleh nak go back to the requirements kalau ikut waterfall kan. Tapi in reality, tak berlaku seperti itu. So, developers are looking for something yang lebih adaptability. Yeah, it is more adaptable to the changes made by customers. Because customers is normally like that, yeah. Hari ni you jumpa dia, they will say, okay, I want the system to be doing this and this and this. Besok you jumpa dia nak benda lain pula. Okay. Lusa you jumpa pula, dia kata nak yang kemarin dulu, bukan yang semalam dia cakap. So the requirements are always changing. So if we are using the waterfall approach for waterfall approach are not able to accommodate to the changes as requested by the customers. Yeah. So therefore, adaptive approach is being introduced, and this is more suitable when requirements and needs are uncertain or with high technical risk. Yeah, iterative is more suitable with that. Okay, now for this diagram, yeah, the choice of SDLC varies depending on the project. So tengok ini ditunjukkan dalam gambar rajah. Okay, so kalau predictive, it is more suitable for requirements well understood and well defined and low technical risk, and adaptive. Somehow, most projects fall on a continuum between predictive and adaptive. There is no such thing as predictive, orang kata apa ni, secara total or adaptive in total. Sometimes it is a hybrid of both. Okay, right. So traditional predictive SDLC, they have sequential phases, right? The phases are related groups of development activities. Again, I believe that you have gone through all this, such as planning, analysis, design, implementation, and deployment. And for the waterfall model, yeah, SDLC assumes phases can be completed sequentially with no overlap or iteration and no going back to the previous phase as being presented in this diagram. So it starts off with project initiation, planning, analysis, design, implementation, and deployment. Okay, so what is the outcome of each of the phase for project initiation? Okay, they produce the project punya description and project planning punya specification, and no changes can be done once the document has been delivered, right? So based on what they have found out or what they have discovered during the planning, they will proceed to the requirements identification, requirements gathering, and also analysis. So once they have completed the analysis, then analysis is frozen. Analysis specifications are frozen. Meaning to frozen kat sini maksud dia tak boleh nak tukar lagi dah. Right? So they will proceed with the design, then design specifications cannot be changed anymore. And then implementation, system built and delivered exactly as specified. Okay, no changes. In between tak ada changes lagi dah. Yeah, very rigid. All right. As compared to iterative, okay, this is the first adaptive, yeah, adaptive iterative SDLC. The first adaptive SDLC is called the spiral model. Okay, it starts off with the innermost circle dekat dalam ni, plan the first iteration, then it goes on to the analyze and design dekat yang biru ni ya, circular dekat biru ni. Then construct first prototype, test and integrate the prototype, and then plan next iteration. It goes on to the second circle kat sini, dan dia akan berulang. Phasesnya berulang, dan produk tersebut dibangunkan based on the iterations, ya, based on the phases yang diulangi. Okay. Right. This is another way to represent adaptive SDLC. You can see here, right? Doing some analysis, doing some design, and then implementation. Then they repeat to more analysis, more design, more implementation until the system is completed. Right? Okay. Then additional adaptive concepts, yeah. These are the terminologies that is used if we are using the adaptive approach, right? It says the incremental development, whereby this approach, yeah, this completes portions of the system in increments, as what I've mentioned just now, right? And the system is implemented and partially deployed in steps during the project. Siap satu bahagian, deploy. and then it goes on to the next iteration, siap lagi satu bahagian and then deploy. Dia tak tunggu sistem siap semua sekali baru deploy. No, it goes portion by portion. Right? And this one, satu kebaikan dia ialah it gets part of working system into users' hands sooner. Users memang suka lah because they get hold of the system dengan lebih cepat. Kalau waterfall tadi, dia kena tunggu sampai semua sekali siap baru boleh deliver kepada user. But with incremental approach, you go portion by portion. Siap sikit bagi pada user, siap sikit lagi bagi pada user. And of course, later on you will have to integrate in terms of the portions of the systems, right? This is another concept in adaptive, approach in which the complete system structure is built early, but with bare bones functionality. Okay, we call it as the walking skeleton. Skeleton ni tengkorak kan? Okay, tengkorak. Okay, bare bones functionality, sort of. Okay, salah satu caranya ialah kita boleh adakan prototypes. Prototypes are working models. Prototype ni ada banyak pemahaman. Ada yang definition dia ialah sebagai salah satu daripada development methodology. Okay. Satu lagi pemahaman tentang definition of prototype is a working model in the sense that when you develop with incremental approach, you produce that working model, get the user to try it on, and then you improve on the prototype until the whole system is developed. Okay. All right. Next is about the support phase, as what I have mentioned much earlier on just now, right? Support phase, Support phase comes in once the system has been deployed and used by the user. Okay, see this? Support activities, objective is to maintain and enhance the system after it is installed and in use. Now, it differs, berbeza daripada segi support ini kalau kita pakai the predictive and adaptive approach. Kalau predictive, SDLC typically includes support as a project phase. Dalam satu project, the support merupakan satu fasa out of the whole project. Itu kalau kita pakai predictive sort of such as the waterfall methodology tadilah, right? Tapi kalau adaptive, because it goes an incremental kan, adaptive ni dia akan treat support as a separate project. Supporting maknanya to maintain and enhance the system is considered to be or treated to be as a separate project from the whole development. Berbeza for the support activities if we are using predictive as compared to adaptive. Okay, so dalam support apa yang berlaku? Satu ialah maintain the system. Ini kan support activities ini memang orang kata tak popular. Sebab people are more enthusiastic in having new systems rather than maintaining old systems. So, support punya mentality ni bukan sahaja setakat sistem, tetapi juga kepada perkara-perkara lain. For instance, buildings or your house even. Alright? Maintaining of the house have to be done. Kalau ada fixture, kalau ada kerosakan kepada pipe ke apa ke, it has to be fixed. Kita tak naklah rosak pipe lepas tu kita beli rumah lain, kan? So sama juga dengan sistem. If there is something wrong, with the system, if there is an error or problem with the system, it has to be fixed in maintenance, right? Make minor adjustments. Macam saya kata tadilah, nak buat wiring baru, nak tambah lampu ke apa ke, kita buat minor adjustment to the wiring. We don't buy another house just to fix for it. Right? and also update for changes in OS or environments. This is considered to be maintaining the system. Okay. Next activity is enhancing the system. Sistem lama tapi kita nak tambah new desired functionality or to add or change functionality to comply with regulations or legislations. This is considered to be enhancing the system that falls under the support activities. We don't develop new system just to cater for all this. Yeah, we enhance the system, right? And next activity is to support the users. We have to ensure that the users, yeah, have gone for training in order to use the system. Ya, kita kalau sistem tu besar lah, kalau sistem kecil of course tak perlu dah belajar lah sendiri kan. Tapi kalau sistem yang besar, especially for organisation who have purchased new systems, normally they will send users for training. Okay. And the developers must also provide help desk to the users. Maknanya kalau users ada masalah ke apa ke, dia akan contact or communicate dengan help desk for support. Right? Okay, next. What it means by methodologies, models, tools, and techniques. Okay, so methodologies, right? This one provide guidelines for every facet of system development, what to do, when, why, and how. Okay, or other term used is system development process. Okay, so it specifies Sdlc with activities and tasks, specifies project planning and project management, yeah, specifies analysis and design models, and so on. So methodologies is very, very important. Dalam layman term, saya suka menggunakan pakai methodology ni, kaedah ni, adalah roadmap, ya, macam peta ya, that brings you from one place to another. For instance, now kita dah beri interstate travelling, okay lah. Right, let's say I'm from Shah Alam and I would like to travel to Taiping. Right, so how many modes of transports are there from Shah Alam to Taiping? I can drive on my own. I can take public transport. Okay, public transport pun macam-macam ada. Saya boleh naik bus, saya boleh naik train, okay, ERL, okay, and all that. Right. So let's say I choose the methodology to travel from Shah Alam to Taiping with my own transport, with my own car. All right. So I start off the journey at 7 a.m. from Shah Alam. I stopped by at Petronas. I take the NKVE from Shah Alam. Saya masuk dekat apa ni entrance mana kan. Okay, then I stop by dekat Petronas, isi minyak, get some food and so on. And then I continue my travelling, stop another R&R Tapah, whatever, to purchase some food and so on. Alright. Lepas tu saya detour ke Ipoh because I need to purchase some pasu bunga ke apa benda lah dekat Ipoh tu. And then saya masuk balik highway ataupun saya ambil jalan alternative route daripada Ipoh ke Taiping melalui jalan lama. Okay. Until I reach Taiping at 5 p.m. on the same day. Okay. So whatever that I have gone through from Shah Alam to Taiping, saya record. And that is methodology. Okay, the methodology that I used to travel from Shah Alam to Taiping. So sama juga. The methodology that you use to develop the system. You will have to specify the Sdlc. You will have to specify the project planning and project management models and reporting. You have to specify the analysis and design models to create. Everything needs to be specified. So because these are the process, yeah, that you have to go through in developing a system. That is methodology. So sama macam you have two groups here. 259, you are doing your CSP 600 this semester, right? Okay. So in CSP 600, that is your you will have to come up with a chapter on the methodology that you will be used in conducting your project. So this semester, CS264, you will be doing this next semester in part 5. You will have to propose what methodology that you will be using to conduct the project. You nak buat data collection kat mana? You nak analyze your data tu macam pakai tools apa? Okay, selepas analyze what you will be doing with the analyzed data, how are you going to present the data? So this semester in CSP 600, you are proposing on how to conduct your project. How to conduct is your methodology. And that methodology has to be based on your literature. Ya, bukan dia mencipta suka hati sendiri. Macam saya travel tadi lah. Saya tak boleh nak cipta jalan baru daripada Shah Alam ke Taiping. I will have to use the existing routes yang dah ada. Okay, so sama macam you nak conduct project, you nak propose on the methodology to use to solve the problem, you will have to base on your literature. Apa orang lain dah buat, jalan tu dah ada. Right? Okay, so that is by methodology. Now, how to select appropriate methodology? So it is listed here, ya. Contohnya, kalau clarity of user requirements, ya, it says that RAD, Rapid Application Development, this is iterative, of course, and Agile are suitable when user requirements are unclear. Macam kita cakap tadi lah, ya. So kalau requirements are not clear, then it is more suitable to use the iterative approach or adaptive approach, sorry, right? Familiarity with technology. Throwaway prototyping and Agile are appropriate with new technology because you are testing the technologies, of course. Okay, because kalau kita nak guna pakai teknologi yang kita tak familiar, definitely there are testing that needs to be done many times, right? Then system complexity, Agile with good project management techniques, throwaway prototyping. Ya, ini adalah untuk complex sistem yang complicated. Now, system reliability, iterative and incremental, and Agile. Short time schedules, rapid application development, and Agile. Right? And schedule visibility. This one also, ya. Kalau kita, kalau project tu memerlukan progress yang visible, every day nak tengok macam mana progress of the project, then Agile is suitable. So, madam, dekat mana waterfall ni? Okay, macam kita cakap tadi lah, waterfall is suitable kalau requirements are clear. Ya, kita maknanya requirements tu dah fix. We already know sort of what the requirements will be for the system to be developed. Then, in that situation, waterfall model is suitable. All right. This is the summary on how to choose a development methodology. Yeah. Now we have talked about methodologies. Now what about model? What is the definition of model? This is an abstraction of an important aspect of the real world. It makes it possible to understand a complex concept by focusing only on a relevant part. Okay. And it is crucial for communicating project information. Contoh. Okay, kita jangan cakap pasal sistem lagi. Kita cakap pasal vehicles, right? Okay. So before a car is being produced by the factory, right? Normally they will come up with models of the car, right? And usually they will focus on the facelift of the car. Tak adalah sangat nak tengok kepada details of the engines and whatever, because the facelift normally will give the first impression to the potential customers. So they will be producing models, yeah, emphasizing on the facelift. Tapi bila kita tengok dekat model tu, ada tak model kereta tu yang boleh berfungsi? Ada, tapi very limited. Okay. So sama dengan sistem, ya, sama dengan sistem, kita dah tengok tadi bahawa semasa kita nak hasilkan sistem, there are phases involved. Daripada planning, requirements, design and so on. And each of the phase, dalam setiap fasa tu nanti, kita akan hasilkan model. Because setiap fasa, kita habis fasa requirements, kita akan hasilkan satu sistem yang siap ke? Sistem dah siap ke bila kita dah habis requirements? No, kan? Okay, sistem belum. Dah habis design, sistem dah siap ke? Belum. So, apa yang kita boleh tunjukkan kepada users, ya, to prove that we have gone through the phases, although the system is not ready, we can be producing models as a proof that we have completed the phase, and also for us, the developers, to communicate with regards to the project. Yeah, not only to communicate with the end users, yeah, among us, the developers, nak communicate setakat mana dah development, ya, progress tu, kita akan communicate melalui models yang kita present. Alright, and in information systems, some models are of system components. Okay, we have known what the components are. And some models are used to manage the development process. So dalam kelas ISP550, kita akan tengok kepada banyak models. Okay. Sehinggalah towards the end. Alright. Okay, so some models of system concepts, you have gone through all this as well. There are flow chart, data flow diagram, entity relationship diagram, ya, structure chart. Ini semua ya daripada DFD, ERD, structure chart. These are using the structured approach in development. Right? Tapi dalam kelas ini, you will see much of this. Use case diagram, class diagram, and sequence diagram. Right? And some models are used to manage development process, macam mentioned tadi. Gantt chart, organizational hierarchy chart, ya, NPV, payback period. Ini semua dihasilkan dalam project management. Okay. Alright. And these are the reasons why models are produced. Okay. So, macam saya mention tadi, communicating with development team, communicating variety of users, right? Documenting what was done for future maintenance and enhancement. Models models are part of documentation. Why is documentation important? Because we are telling or we are recording, yeah, what has been done so that it can be referred to in the future for the sake of maintenance and enhancement. Because in the future, katakanlah sistem tu dah siap, tapi after 6 months or after a year, yeah, the user wants to add more functionality to the system. Dia tak nak, bila dia add functionality, tak adalah dia nak buat satu sistem yang baru semua sekali. Tak. Dia akan enhance the system. So for those who are involved in the enhancement project, ya, dia perlukan reference. Reference tu datang daripada mana? Daripada models yang telah dihasilkan throughout the development process. Ya. Alright, and then tools. Okay, what are tools? They are software applications that assist, ya, developers in creating models or other components required for a project. So there are many tools yang diguna pakai oleh developers. Okay, so kita akan guna pakai banyak on visual modeling tools untuk kelas ini. Tools cannot do magic. They are there to assist developers. Okay. And what about technique? This is a collection of guidelines that help analysts to complete an activity or task. Apa dia contohnya? Ya, project management techniques, ya, user interviewing techniques. This is for your data collection, right? Data modeling, RDBMS techniques, and so on. Right? Learning techniques is the key to having expertise in a field, right? So when we talk about methodology, It is the combination of models, tools and techniques. Alright, methodology. Ingat balik apa yang saya terangkan tentang methodology tadi. So methodology, is a combination or includes a collection of techniques. Okay. And also models as well as the tools. Alright. Okay. Slides tak bergerak. What do you see now?
Tak, tadi stuck dekat
Tadi freeze ya?
Iterative Model. So sekarang baru okay balik.
Oh, okay. Semua orang macam tu ke?
Ya.
Yeah.
Ya, sama.
Yeah, but you have your slides with you, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Because saya keep on from one slide to another. Saya move on from one slide to another. So I hope that you catch up lah. See, tak ada siapa ingatkan saya untuk record. Okay, tak apalah. Alright, let's take 5 for a while. Kita sambung
Madam,
pukul
mirror
3.
record, mirror tu bagus, madam.
Okay.
Senawa mi kau buat ni.
Aku dah berikan masa setengah jam dah just pilih colour.
Dia biasa lah. Dia untuk the best outcome kan.
Tak, dia sebenarnya aku kan contradict tau sebab benda yang aku nak mainkan adalah apa relation dekat dalam smart house tu. Tapi bila aku fikir balik, kalau kau tengok orang yang buat sebelum ni, dia buat house tu tak jelas tau. Sebab dia nak apa bagi kita prioritas kat ni. But aku punya cara pula, aku nak tunjukkan yang house ni ada. Cuma entah.
Dia punya location tu kau nak bagi macam sesuai lah gitu.
Ya, aku nak menunjukkan yang benda tu ada dalam house. Sebab kalau macam ni tak ada house pun kita still boleh kata connected satu sama lain. But bukan smart house lah. So aku nak buat dia macam nampak smart. So aku guna
Kau
colour
buat tu lah. Kau buat apa tu? Kau buat macam tingkat rumah.
boleh tak? Aku buat just
Kau separatekan dia macam ada macam apa tu? Kat sini macam contohnya kat bawah ni tingkat 1 kan. Ada macam ruang tamu ke, ada TV bla bla bla. Tingkat 2 punya wifi. And then yang kat atas tu kau boleh letak headset kau boleh letak headset tu tanda macam orang guna music kat atas ni ke.
okay, just buat partition kan lah.
Lampu yang air tu kau letak kat luar and then sambung dengan tu daun tu.
Daun ni ni aku tengah buat. Pula aku ambil buat je susah-susah. Kalau aku nak buat ni patut buat awal.
Awal lagi.
Rest 5 minit.
Madam puji kau tadi.
Ya.
Tak ada. Madam kata dia tak ingat record je tadi. Aku nak cakap sebenarnya kau dah record. Tapi madam pun dah pergi. Aku macam tak apa lah.
Macam mana nak buat garisan straight kat sini? Dalam ni. Right click. Oh, okay. Dapat. Control R.
Keluar pembaris ni.
Oh.
Pandai gila dia punya tu. Wede. Gila.
Alamak, kalau dah letak tak boleh tarik balik lah. Macam mana? V. Ah,
Gila Arul. Hebat lah diorang.
motivasi.
Aku bangga ada member macam kau.
Ya ni. Sekarang buat line jap. Dah apa? Dah aku menangis. Kenapa aku punya colour jadi hitam? Aku punya ni kat sini warna merah. Ruler aku bila aku garis tu jadi hitam. Dia tak jadi colour yang kat sini. Tekan line yang aku dah lukis kat rumah. Okay. Ni shoot. Oh, ya. Yeah. Itu tu. Okay. Dah? Okay. M. U. Ah, Kanan sini eh? Oh.
Gila pandai tu. Dah, dah lah handsome.
Real.
Pandai lah. Ya? Kau baru kenal dia. Kau suka?
Dia aku rasa tak payah kan.
Eh.
Kau tengok yang failure tak? Yang failure tu.
Oh, dia kata apa? Kan?
Hmm. Aku tak tahu macam mana nak susun bagi cantik. Aku rasa 10 minit dah elok dah.
Ya, aku rasa yang improve ni lagi okey kan.
Ada aku tengok yang dulu.
Dulu macam apa tu, apa benda tu. Rangkai-rangkai yang tu. Tengok kau punya. Ha.
Oh,
Cantik tu. Cantik lah.
Yang ni router kan?
Mana?
Yang lambang ni.
Petak lah. Ha.
Yang ni pula macam lambang hotspot Wi-Fi.
Wireless. Wireless signal.
Wireless eh?
Okay, Assalamualaikum again.
Waalaikumsalam.
Let's continue with the rest of the slides. Before I open the Q&A, especially for the project, yeah. Okay, so we have talked about methodology that consists of methods, tools, and techniques. Now, next is about two approaches to software construction and modeling. Construction meaning to say the program, how to program it, right? To codes, to conduct coding, right? So in order to construct or to do coding, these are the two major approaches. That is a structured approach as well as object-oriented approach. So for structured approach, this is the earlier approach that assume a system is a collection of processes that interact with data. So we have structured analysis, and in structured analysis, you have learned about DFD, you have learned about ERD, right? And then you proceed with structured design and also structured kind of programming. All right, we structured programming and in this next slide, yeah. Somehow, in this class, ini you dah belajar dulu. Siapa yang belajar ISP550 dengan saya, you dah tengok kepada ERD dan DFD dulu, right? But for ISP550, kita fokus kepada object-oriented approach. Ya, apa beza dia? Here, we assume that a system is a collection of objects that interact to complete the task. So we will be doing object-oriented analysis as compared to structured analysis. We'll be doing object-oriented design as compared to structured design and also object-oriented programming. Okay. Tapi fokus kepada analysis and design. Programming ni, because I believe that you have learned in other classes, you are supposed to apply the approach of object-oriented programming in order for you to develop or to produce your prototype. Right? Okay, for structured programming ni, this is what we call as the flow chart yang familiar to you, right? Kita ada structure in terms of sequence. Sequence means one after another. Then selection or decision. Kalau selection decision ni ada symbol diamond ni. Okay, selection bila ada yes and no, right? And then the third one is repetition. Okay, repetition nampak ni lepas decision ni dia ada repeating the process. So this one occurs in structured programming. Right. We also have the top-down model using structured approach still, right? Kita pakai top-down modular programming yang mana satu program ataupun satu penyelesaian yang besar tu kita pecahkan kepada smaller modules. So we have the main or the boss or control module that will be calling other modules to execute the task, right? Okay. And then structured design, kita pakai structure chart with data couples macam contoh di sini ya. Kita ada structure chart, contohnya payroll system ni. Okay, payroll system, in order to payroll system to work, apa proses yang perlu dilaksanakan? Enter time cards, calculate amounts and output payroll. Dan calculate amount ni pula apa proses yang perlu dilaksanakan. And also it shows the data couples, right? Okay, so structured approach in analysis, kita ada DFD. Okay, we also have ERD, yeah, to design our storage database. And how it fits together, we start off with structured analysis, yang mana kita ada events, and then kita produce the data flow diagrams based on the events. And from the data flow diagrams, we proceed to ERD. Right? Data flow showing the processes and the data related to the processes. ERD shows how storage is constructed for the system. Then for structured design, we have structure chart that define program modules. And then we use the structured design to produce structured programming. As opposed to object-oriented approach, this is using example ni menunjukkan the OO concept. Okay, for instance, this is the user. Okay, user gives instruction. Okay, create an order for Susan Franks for an executive desk and a very comfortable chair. Okay, so based on the request, this new order object with order number 134 dated 23rd April 2010 is being created. New object is created. Create new, right? Okay, then somebody responds, okay, will do. Right, so this will be producing another object, a product object, okay, executive desk with serial number. Another product object, very comfortable chair, as requested by the user, yeah, right? Another object is about the customer. Based on the request, they createkan 3 objects. Okay, order, dia createkan satu order, tapi order tu mengandungi 3 objects. That is the customer, chair as well as the desk. Inilah dia yang kita katakan abstraction from the real world. Alright, we are abstracting from the real situation of what the user wants into the system. Ini sesemua ni nanti kita akan codekan macam mana nak produce. Right? So kita akan tengok kepada design class diagram using UML, Unified Modeling Language. Okay, so this is a class customer, this is a class account, this is inheritance, right? And a class have 3 compartments untuk design. Untuk fasa design, a class have 3 compartments. That is the name of the class, the attributes of the class, and the functions. Okay, we will be doing this in later chapters, inshallah. Also, another diagram yang kita akan tengok dalam kelas ini, kita panggil sebagai sequence diagram. This show the message passing among the objects that we create to accomplish a task, right? Okay, next is about Agile Development. Sentuh sikit tentang Agile because this is the one that is being that is widely used in the organizations right now. Okay, this is a guiding philosophy and set of guidelines for developing information systems in an unknown, rapidly changing environment. Yeah, to adapt to the situation of rapidly changing, so Agile was introduced. This complements adaptive Sdlc and methodologies that support it. So bila kita cakap tentang adaptive, definitely it is iterative. So Agile is actually iterative development, right? So it takes adaptive and makes sure developers are fast on their feet to respond to changes. Changes are requested by customers, and developers are assumed to respond to the changes made by the customers or the users. Alright. Kalau even kalau kita ni pun kan kalau kita diberi pilihan sama ada kita nak pergi kepada tailor untuk buat baju, kepada tailor yang boleh adapt to changes, ataupun kepada tailors yang okay, once you have fixed it, that's it. No more changes can be done. Of course, kita suka kepada tailor yang boleh adapt kepada requirements kita yang mungkin hari ni lain, besok lain. So, sama dengan sistem, the users or the stakeholders would prefer to have developers who are able to adapt to the changes. So, developers mesti menyesuaikan keadaan yang mana mereka boleh cater or accommodate to the changes as requested by the stakeholders, by other stakeholders. Okay, so for Agile Development, this is the manifesto. Bukan pilihan raya sahaja ada manifesto, se-Agile pun ada manifesto dia. Okay. Value responding to change or following a plan and all that. Tak apa, ini untuk you baca sahaja to know that Agile is in the market right now. Okay. What is Agile? Agile is iterative development. Secara umumnya. Okay. So saya tambah sikit tentang Agile. Saya cerita sikit lah Agile ni dia sama ada dua teknik dia. Sama ada extreme programming, okay, ataupun dia menggunakan Scrum. Okay, kalau Scrum methodology ni, Scrum is actually imitating orang main rugby, kan? Okay, main rugby. Dia, who plays rugby here? Anyone?
Adam.
Adam.
Farizman.
Ramai ya. Okay, what is Scrum anyway? Adam? Cerita sikit.
Scrum dia mau tu nak rebut, dia macam satu formation untuk rebut bola lah, lebih kurang tu.
Iqbal mention Adam.
Kau tak tahu rugby ke?
Adam pun dah senyap dah.
Tu lah.
Siapa lagi tadi selain pada Adam yang main rugby?
Bal, kau main rugby Bal.
Madam mute tadi, madam.
Ya? Iqbal.
Madam?
Ya, main rugby.
Saya tak.
Tak. Siapa lagi yang main tadi?
Apa Amirul
Mirul? Okay, basically konsep yang sama diguna pakai when you are doing Scrum in rugby. The same concept is being applied in development.
Aduh.
Kalau dalam rugby in Scrum formation,
apa
you are strategizing on whatever nak gain score lah kan, right? So kalau dalam development Scrum is done, right? To strategize on how to, I would say that to expedite the process of development. Okay. Kalau menggunakan pakai Scrum techniques every day, every day there will be a stand up meeting. Bukan stand up comedy stand up meeting. Okay. Stand up meeting ni maknanya setiap pagi if you start work at 8:30, so from 8:30 to 9, everyone in the team will have to stand up and tell what they have done before this with regards to the project that they are involved. Apa progress dia dah buat, apa backlog. Each of the team members will have to do that. Okay, itu adalah development menggunakan pakai Scrum technique. So every single team member will need to do reporting. Okay. Alright, selain daripada itu ialah extreme programming lah saya kata tadi. Yeah, you can read, just read. For Agile ni apa yang you perlu tahu ialah this is the methodology that is widely used in the organizations right now. Mana-mana pun orang guna pakai Agile. You have to equip yourself with the knowledge of Agile, especially to prepare yourself bila nak pergi interview untuk LI dan juga untuk kerja. Sekarang ni nak pergi LI pun ada interview Some organizations lah. Kebanyakan organizations for internship also they require you to undergo interview. Right. Okay. Then we have come to the slides of summary. 2 approaches to Sdlc, predictive and adaptive. We have seen what they are. Okay, predictive and adaptive. And for a systems development project, use a methodology and many available. Okay, so methodology includes models, tools, and techniques. Okay, then we also have discussed 2 approaches to construction or coding. And also modeling the software, be it the traditional structured approach and the object-oriented approach. And next is Agile Development. You know that it is the current trend in systems development and it is using the iterative approach. Iterative adaptive approach. Right? Okay. Next. Sekejap ya. Now, let me touch on the scheme of work because you are now starting to embark on your class project. That's you have to okay. Apparently, you will have to present your proposal a week after you come back from your break. Ini dah presentation, right? But we are now here. Okay, we are a bit behind with regards to the topics, but don't worry. Okay, kita dalam
Roy.
okay. di sini.
Rồi.
Silap sini.
Rồi.
Okay. I would like you to start off, for your group project. I would like you to start off looking for the organization
Mi,
yang
saya.
akan dijadikan
kalau
sebagai
kau boleh tengok kat
stakeholders.
gambar ni
Aku buka kat mana
Because this is a real life project. So you have to find one real life
apa yang kau boleh
organization
komen?
yang akan menjadi you punya stakeholder for the project.
yang aku boleh komen.
Okay.
Kekurangan
So
dia.
saya tak nak tunggu sehinggalah you balik
Nak cakap yang
daripada
aku nak cakap dia too
uh,
minimalist sebenarnya. Sampai orang susah nak faham apa benda.
minggu sini
Dia
untuk
nak kata
presentation.
minimalis tak sangat
But
sebab
I would
design
like to
topik tu
see
banyak.
the progress.
Oh, ya.
Yeah.
Nak kata
Dia
apa
lebih
I want it to be
kepada
progressively presented, meaning to
Ni,
say
too
that
simple ke apa?
Dia
kejap.
unspecified. Sebab macam cakap
Sebab
apa
ni
yang
sebab aku nak ambil yang ni kan. Sebab dia macam simple sangat kan.
maknanya,
Sebab bila
ya,
aku nak apa tu,
mulai
aku nak
daripada
tambah
minggu
baik,
ini, if you
aku
have
macam nak
not
tambah
done
yang macam
so,
ni. Ada
mulai minggu
indikator macam ni.
ini, sila
And then macam
berhubung
tambah,
dengan
tambah
stakeholders.
sikit-sikit ke design ke apa. Boleh lah.
Dan
Nantilah
untuk
tu.
minggu hadapan,
dia
during
macam
tutorial,
aku punya
ya,
pandangan lah. Dia macam
I will
unspecified
communicate,
lah.
I will collaborate
Macam
dengan Puan
apa
Fauziah
maksud dia
juga.
yang
Saya akan communicate
ada
dengan Puan Fauziah.
sikit ke tak
We
padu
would
ke,
like you
ada bunga-bunga.
to present bukan
Kau
secara
boleh
formal
tak
lah
apa
nak ada
kata
slide apa semua, tak.
the data lacks of
Tapi kita nak
representation.
tengok progress
Maksudnya
tentang
dia
you
tak dapat
finding the
nak
stakeholder.
interpret linear.
Thank you.
Alright.
Okay. The target shop yang akan menjadi your clients yang memerlukan that online grocery tu. Okay. Seminggu depan kita minta semua ketua kumpulan untuk menyatakan siapa stakeholders and make sure that you have the business card of the person in charge from that grocery store. Faham tak?
Cakap faham.
Faham, madam.
Faham
Faham, Madam. Doctor, I have a question.
Ya, Mas Afif.
Oh, sorry. Kan doktor kata nak ada satu stakeholders tu kan?
Ya, Afif. Sorry, saya
Okay.
tak berapa clear.
Okay, yang kata satu stakeholders tu.
Yes.
Stakeholders tu ada syarat ke online groceries yang macam mana? Yang macam nak yang besar ke, nak yang kecil punya, macam kecil-kecil punya syarikat je ke?
Okay. You ambil size macam 99 speed mat.
Oh.
Faham?
Speed mat. Kalau macam Giant tu?
Giant tu saya rasa besar sangat.
Oh, tak dengar.
I think Giant is too big.
Junior, senior.
Giant is too big.
Ah.
Oh, okay. I see.
And then saya rasa Giant pun dah ada kan dia punya online punya shopping.
Ada rasanya.
Saya bagi contoh 99 speed mat because 99 speed mat tak ada.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, macam 99 speed mat dan yang macam
dan seangkatan dengannya dan sewaktu dengannya.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, ada soalan lain? Yes, Kamaru.
Tu tak ada tu.
Yes, hello Pan.
Yeah.
For the overall system,
Uh-huh.
do we need to include the transaction functionality?
Okay. Partly yes. Because I would say that is the gist of your system kan. The main thing, the core of the system. You have to show that transaction is done. Because saya rasa dalam description tu ada menyatakan bahawa you have to show that when you put the things that you want to buy in the cart, dia akan calculate dan akan tunjukkan how much you have actually spent before you check out.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean.
So it is until the checkout? Or do I have
Okay.
to input like a credit card or
Ah,
subscribe to
itu
IP288?
kalau okay, that one memang complicated lah sebab you kena subscribe to gateway and so on kan.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so itu you buatlah secara simulation sahaja. Untuk payment, the functionality is there, but then you don't tak payahlah nak sampai ada gateway whatever. You simulate that the payment is done. You get what I mean?
Yes, understood.
Mira,
Okay.
Thank
aku
you.
punya brush ada problem ah. Tengok dia ada benda ni ah.
Ada soalan lain?
Kau tengok
Dia ada.
line-line ni.
Tak ada
Pasti. Tengok
Okay.
dia
So
duplicate.
untuk tutorial minggu ini untuk CS264 A and B, I won't set up the Gmeet. So I'm expecting you to find the organization, and next week during tutorial saya minta kepada ketua kumpulan untuk present the stakeholder with the business card, with the business case. Maksudnya you tak payah nak buat slide, nak buat apa, tapi you cerita. Kalau nak buat slide, I leave it to you. Kalau setengah tu lebih selesa nak tunjukkan dalam slides, it's up to you. This one saya tak ambil markah lagi, cuma saya nak tengok that you have progressed.
Thank you.
Okay, which means that saya nak tengok that you have attained the stakeholder. You dah find out siapa stakeholder you, macam mana dia punya business, okay, dan dia memerlukan the system. Kalau dia tak perlu the system, there is no significance on you doing it. Ya? Yeah? Ataupun kalau dia rasa benda tu tak perlu, dia tak akan bagi kerjasama lah. Macam tu. Okay.
But now sekarang ni aku punya tu pula tak keluar.
Okay guys.
Okay, madam.
Faham Alright,
madam.
all good, right? Okay, thank you.
Brush aku
So,
pula.
ada apa-apa soalan lagi nak tanya? You can always communicate with me through WhatsApp as well. Kalau ada soalan ya.
Boleh, madam. Tak ada question.
Alright, thank you. Alright, if there is no more questions, thank you for attending this session. Inshallah, we'll see each other again next week for lecture. And also tutorial minggu ni saya tak set up Gmeet, tak ada tutorial question. No tutorial question to be answered. But please find your stakeholders to be presented next week. Okay, clear ya? Alright then. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, take care guys. Jangan